tricks, life looks brilliant, give me more of this. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You're burying me, burying me. Yeah, you're burying me, burying me. You've got me hypnotized, push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy, but the light has got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. Get you out of my head again. Is it wrong? Is it right? It's like I've won my final war without a fight. I'm out of control, about to blow. I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You bury me, bury me. I know you bury me, bury me. You've got me hypnotized, push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy, but the light has got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. Get you out of my head, get you out of my head again.
Please note.
Never gonna stop, never gonna change, never gonna do the things you say. I run my own way to get there. Fools are calling and I don't seem to care. In the air, no more crowd, just the opposite kind of few clouds. So tell me this time is coming, I'm sick of all your lies. Why don't you try to be why? Now that I need you, why? Just to feel like I'm fading. And though my heart breaks a beat at time, I cross the lines just to tell you, don't leave my way, don't leave my side. Then I try with a shadow playing the rain. I feel like I'm fading.
Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday to you, and welcome to Point of View. I am a very exhausted Bobby Munson, but hammering on through as always for the love of this show and for the love of all of you. And joined by my side, it's my good mate over there. It's Mark. How you doing, Mark?
I'm all right, mate. This is 3 days out of 3. Our local establishment have had me on their channel. So at this point, I presume that most of the viewers are sick of my beautiful face. But at the same time, I've had a lot of fun. We've had a lot of difference over the last 3 days. A lot of different stuff that's happened, what I've done, and all the other content creators as well. Hello, my man. Hope you're doing well. Andre. Hope you're all right, my beautiful second favourite Canadian behind Bobby. But no,
I thought you were going to say behind Melball.
My third. Melball's now number one. I forget that she's Canadian. But no, it's just been one of those things. It's just been a very, very busy weekend for myself. And lots of ups and downs. We'll get into the football in a minute. A lot of anger on my end. But no, yes. I just saw Arsenal beat Tottenham So my day's got even better.
Perfect. Glad to hear it. Well, let's find out how good this day can get as we start to talk about days. Bronze is good, says Andre.
There we
Well,
go. You get a medal. You get
yeah.
a medal.
And for those who haven't caught it just yet, Friday night, the Japanese Wrestling Update was on with Andre and Melball. They went on an hour early to accommodate the Victory Road post show there. So thank you for that. Also a fantastic show to be watching. And if you're not tuning into that, do that. And also tune into Andre Melball's Wrestling Talk over on YouTube as well, too. Speaking of wrestling, I want to go down the wrestling route just for a moment here, because again, the reason I'm exhausted, Prairie Pro Wrestling had their Revenge-a-Side show last night. So I got there. It would have been about 4 o'clock in the afternoon to start setting up all the seats, because so we started this new program recently where I create a QR code ticket for anybody who buys a seat to the show. We scan them in. I tell them what section they're in. It's got their names on it. They go sit down so that there's no confusion. You pay for a seat, you get a seat. If you're one of the people that buys a ticket beforehand, then you're standing, because that's what those tickets are for. That's the two different rules. It's become very popular. In fact, a lot of people outside of the show, Morning Ambassador, speaking of guys who were there last night, even people outside were asking me, like, how do we get in on buying a seat to the next show kind of thing? They're like, I didn't even know that was a program or and everything. Those tickets are twice the price. They're twice the price to sit versus stand at a PPW show, and it's become our most popular ticket.
Yeah.
It sells out every time. People love it. It's great. The energy levels were high last night. We had a lot of fun. We now know 3 official matches for Saturday, October the 26th at the Ring of Horrors 3. We're going to have our gimmick battle royal like we do every year. So all the wrestlers are going to dress up as their favorite professional wrestlers in a battle royal matchup on Halloween time. Love it. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's one time a year we do something gimmicky and silly like that, and it's enjoyable. The next match that was announced earlier in that night was Michael Allen Richard Clark, a very pissed off man because of the constant attacks from El Assassino, and to add insult to injury last night, Zoe Seger and El Assassino costing Michael Allen Richard Clark a victory, getting the victory to Zoe Seger, and then they set Michael Allen Richard Clark up on a table, set up a ladder, and El Assassino dove off of the ladder through the table onto Michael Allen Richard Clark last night. Clark's pissed. He calls his shot for the Halloween show on October 26th. He wants El Assassino in a tables, ladders, chairs match. So for the very first time in Prairie Pro Wrestling history, we are having a TLC matchup at the October 26th show. Speaking of making history that night, we are also going to be crowning the very first Prairie Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions. And this has been going on for months. Who were the two teams going to be? But chaos ensued at the end of the night, and there was 3 clear teams that have dominated the tag team division in Prairie Pro Wrestling so far. So PPW management rolled with it, and it's now going to be a triple threat matchup for the Prairie Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions. The Brotherhood, the Clandestine Society, and the Short Kings are going to be going after the very first ever Prairie Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions. But the last thing I want to talk about here, and hold on, I'm going to go to the chat for a minute because I don't like to leave people hanging. STG's in the house. How's it going, STG? Maybe I'm in the minority, but standing for wrestling matches feels more exciting. And I know someone who will agree with them. This guy right here, Basser. I've been to almost every PPW show, and I've stood the last 2. It's so much better. You get to move around, and you're closer to the action. You're also closer to the lineup for the beer as well, too, I find. That's what some people really enjoy. I also want to say I don't have an update just yet, but we did have an incident last night during the Prairie Pro Wrestling show. The champion, Sheik Akbar Shabazz, was taking on Saskatoon's favorite wrestler, Uncle Phil Deadly. At one point in the match, Phil took a knock, and you could just tell his eyes started to kind of glaze over. He was not doing well. There was basically an audible called for the match to be ended, kind of thing. The way it ended was not the way that was planned out. It almost felt abrupt at that point in time. So I think it was leaving a little bit of people confused. But once they saw what was going on, they saw the referee doing the symbol to the back, like, get some extra people. We got to get him to the back and get him some medical attention. So Phil Deadly, as far as I know, was not doing great as of last night. That was the last update I had. He is obviously very concussed or very hurt. I will hopefully have an update by Thursday that I can give people on him. I'm going to reach out to him later here this morning, see how he's doing and everything. But you know what? It doesn't matter who it is in the business. Phil's a bro. He's one of the greatest dudes ever. And it's hard for me as a camera operator to stand there knowing that a friend is hurt and having to watch and still film it. I felt sick to my stomach last night watching as a friend was potentially concussed and seriously injured, and all you can do is stand there. At some points I'm like, I almost want to break down that fourth wall, drop the camera, and get in there and help a friend out. But I know we have people for that at the same time, so I have to stand aside, despite how good a person this is and how long I've known him for. I have to continue to do my job in the process. So it was a tough moment. It was a very tough moment, and I do wish the absolute best and speedy recovery to Phil Deadly. Please get better, bro. Please come back soon. Saskatoon loves you. The world loves you. Get well. So, yes, Andre, I only want a chair. Chairs are good. Chairs are good. People like their chairs. And STG saying you'll have to excuse Mark. His American football team got thrashed. His quarterback is injured. It's Papa Smokes in the house. Papa Smokes was there in the action filming last night. We love you, Phil. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yeah. And we were there again as camera operators, having to stand there and watch Phil in that state at one point, saying he didn't even know where he was, kind of thing. So scary moments, but we move on, and hopefully by Thursday night I'll be able to get you guys a positive update on Phil's condition there. So tune in to Ring Respect Radio for that, or just reach out to Phil Deadly, man. Show him some love. Really, he's on the socials. You can find him. Great dude. So, but Mark, let's turn it over to you, man. What's on your mind, or what do you want to start with here today?
Oh, so we had a really good, I think Victory Road was really, really good. And my thoughts and everything goes out to Phil Deadly as well. Hope he has a speedy recovery, and good luck to him, and hope to see him back in the ring and back doing what he loves. So speedy recovery to you, sir. So yeah, I hope you get well soon. But no, we had a really good interview yesterday with Ella J.
Awesome.
That was a lot of fun. How she got to how big she is now in the wrestling industry. How did she get to where she was? Having a bit of fun and a bit of laughs as well during the way. Like all my interviews have been going, we're just there to have a bit of fun. It's not serious. We're just there to get to know people. So that was fun. Me and Astrid did Victory Road as well, which was a lot of fun. Really, really good pay-per-view as well. A lot of fun moments in that as well. A couple of why moments as well. But it's TNA. But we also got as well during that show Ariana Grace and Santino Marella face to face for the very first time, and I think along with everybody else's reaction was, oh, I love this. This is going to be fun. But no, and then I went to Reading to watch the Reading game Saturday with my brother and my daughter. Horrific game for us. Couldn't string foot. Not gonna lie, I don't know whether that got caught on camera, but my light switch currently is flashing like the beans over here. Anyway, still going. So I do like the word fun. I'm a fun person, I like to think. But no, it was very much, it was a horrible game. Couldn't pass 3-string passes together. Couldn't press the way that we've been pressing before. Couldn't get our shots off either. Against bottom of the team who haven't picked up a point this season so far in Leyton Orient. We had an 18-year-old goalkeeper go in goal, made a save and made a massive blunder for the goal to go in as well. So it's not a great. He then lost all confidence after that. We conceded. The ball went through him as we conceded the goal. Referee was absolutely awful. was one of the worst refereeing performances I've seen this season. Yeah, it wasn't enjoyable whatsoever. But then I got to interview Ella J, and I get to be here today, so it's all got a bit better. And
There you go.
the NFL predictions,
Mm-hmm.
STG, yes, Miami had a bit of a shocker on Friday night when we did it. Tua Tagovailoa, the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins, looks like he's got his third concussion in 2 years. He needs to be. I respect him if he wants to come back, and I will go, okay, that's fine. But the way that he laid and the neuro, you could see by the arm, he was gone. And he needs to start thinking about his family more than he does need to be thinking about playing football again. So I hope that we're in for a very, if he doesn't come back, Miami are in for a really long season, because the whole of it is built around him. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens now moving forward. But the most annoying thing is, he did dive head first, and I don't know why he did that. I really don't understand why he did that. He knows of the head history of what he's done and the neck, and it just made zero sense. And I know he wants to gain yards and maybe gain some extra yards as well, but think about your health, man, as well on top of that. So that was scary. But the more important thing, annoying thing, was fucking Man United one. Bobby, I don't know, did you get to see the match? Were you able to see the goals? And because I know we were talking about a little bit about it before I went off to football. But yeah, I'll leave that to you because I'm still annoyed.
You don't like it, do you? You just don't like it. You can't
I
be
like
happy
it
for me.
when Reading win. I like it where
Muting. Oh, you don't want me to sing the Glory Glory song? Come on.
I love it when Reading win and Man United don't. It brings me joy for these shows. But when it's the other way around, I don't like it.
Hey, I don't wish ill will upon your team. Okay, I mean, as a Man U fan, I've been through enough heartache over the last decade or more, kind of thing. I kind of got in on the good end when we knew how to win trophies, and then when we haven't really known how to win trophies or Premier League titles for a long time, it kind of hurts. And the team's a mess. You know that things need to change, but hey, maybe they just needed a team that's so incredibly bad right now to go against in order to maybe boost morale a little bit, to give a few of them players a shake that they needed, including Mr. Marcus Rashford, who has been on a goal drought for, it seems like, an eternity at this point, and it has been brutal. So finally, he got in there, got a goal. Fantastic. Happy for him. Better than that, even though. Come on. And I mean, I know I'm not going to drone on forever because not everybody's a fan like I am, but they brought in Mateus Delete this year. He's been criticized heavily the first couple times, and a lot of people are like, is he going to fit in? Is he going to do well? Yesterday, he did very, very well. Not only getting a goal himself, but also defending well at the back. He was probably United's best player on the pitch yesterday, period. Fantastic. If this is what we're going to start seeing from him, and if this is the way things are starting to click, and don't get me wrong, at the very beginning, we looked on shaky legs. Like, again, we looked like the shaky leg Manchester United has a lot lately, but once they kind of turned it around and started to pick things up, they never looked back. And if that's the way they could start clicking more often, and I said that when they went up against City in the FA Cup there, I said, if this is the way Man United could click, they could be a very dangerous team. The problem is it's not consistent. And a lot of that is the management. And it's not the players. The players are very capable. It's the management. But when it works, it works. It worked brilliantly. 3-0 win. We're now in 10th, I guess. So climbing. We'll get there. But I mean, there's, again, when we say it's so early in the season that you really can't make a differential between any teams right now. We're going to bring in Ed right now joining the show. Hello, Ed. How are you doing?
The no fun police are here. No more
No fun, please. Ed, I think I know why you're here. I think we had this
Good, because I
discussion.
don't remember why I'm here. I remember you
Oh.
asked me to stop by, but I can't for life remember what I'm supposed to
Because Ed, you and I did a movie review on Monday for Beetlejuice, and at the end of it, we said, or you mentioned, we went in a whole 40-minute talking about a movie and never once mentioned about James Earl Jones. So we were going to take a moment to pay homage to James Earl Jones here today.
I mean, our childhood, like the four of us are the closest in age, I think, out of the entire, yes, old Ed is here. Specifically old Ed for today. But the three of us are probably the closest in ages out of anybody in the old age group. So we all grew up on the exact same two things from James Earl Jones. We all grew up on him being Mufasa in The Lion King.
Mm-hmm.
We all grew up on him being Darth Vader in the Star Wars movies.
Yep.
And even some of us who weren't around during the Star Wars movies, we all, early in our years, watched the Star Wars movies.
Very early.
And, I mean, how often does one actor become two literally legendary characters for one generation?
Especially on that caliber, because, I mean, there's some that you could say have done this voice and this voice, but they're not Mufasa and Darth Vader. I mean, those are legendary characters in the world of cinema, to the point where, what do you do moving forward? Like, if you need Darth Vader's involvement, do you even bother to?
So they signed an agreement late in his life with him to do some recordings.
Okay.
Because he was still the voice of Darth Vader in the latest incarnation of Vader, which was during
Obi-Wan, wasn't it?
series. The Obi-Wan series.
Yeah.
He was still the voice that wasn't even a computer generated voice. That was a brand new James Earl Jones recorded voice for Obi-Wan. So I think that they've probably got enough material recorded that should they need a final scene or two of Vader, they can probably do it with what they have.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Because he's been so synonymous with the character, I think you can't do it without having his family's permission. Well, one, you should never do it without family's permission, first and foremost. But two, I think I would hope that that's a group in Disney that would be smart enough to be like, look, we can financially compensate the estate to continue to use the rights, to continue to use his voice, because it's only his voice. It's not going to be a physical. You can't do anything silly with him because he's not physical. He never played the physical form. You don't need him to be a physical form. You only need a voice.
Andre, but at the same time, you don't really need AI to replicate it either, too. I mean, the voice, the audible of the voice exists. So really in the world of recording, it's just a matter, you could have somebody actually speak another part and use that as the change to the voice kind of thing. It becomes an effect more than an actual AI, because it's not an automated thing. It's somebody actually has to go in and legitimately layer the effect over top of an audio recording kind of thing. So I would say it doesn't 100% land in the world of AI, but at the same, when you mentioned about the family's involvement, yes, if they do use it past anything he recorded during his life, at that point, the family needs to be consulted and pay them, goddammit.
Compensated. Yes,
pay people.
Compensated.
You make a lot of money off this shit. Pay people properly for it. Very properly. Because goddamn, nothing frustrates me more than people getting hosed on things that they earned in their life. But that's heresy.
I mean, the Harold Ramis stuff from Ghostbusters is one of the premiere. The family didn't get. I don't think was the family not happy. I remember there being some issues with having Harold Ramis in the Ghostbusters, the first new Ghostbusters movie that they did.
Yeah, I think it was, from my understanding, it was the not necessarily being consulted on it kind of thing. So they didn't really know, and then having to see him portrayed on screen at all, kind of thing. I mean, to me as a fan, I mean, I fucking love that moment, right? Like as a fan, I absolutely adore that moment. But then I hear about the aftermath of it, and that's where I hate the internet. I really hate the internet because as a kid, I would have been oblivious to any of this stuff. I wouldn't know it existed. If there was bad things happening in Hollywood, I had no goddamn idea. And I could.
How do you think we're still fans of wrestling now? The only reason the three of us are still fans of professional wrestling is because when we became fans, there wasn't an internet going out there and telling us all the bad things these people are doing.
Yeah,
we didn't know all the bad things that our professional wrestling legends were doing. That's why we're still fans of them. And unfortunately for most of them, now we're finding out the hard way.
Yeah. I mean, that's the age we live in. But
I'm so soccer and the numbers go down.
Yeah, but I'm curious about something too, because we're talking about James Earl Jones. We do have a new live action Lion King coming out, of course. His involvement not involved because it's a different voice actor and everything, which is fine because that's the way it was when they did the live action Lion King to begin with. But Mufasa is the inspiration, Mufasa's that inspiration that he created, that James Earl Jones created, is what is being used now. It's like that is still the go-to type of voice that they want for Mufasa because it's a badass voice. It's a dad voice. That's what it is. It's a true to form dad voice. When you hear that voice, you're like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like that's the reaction they want to get out of those characters and out of that sound. And that's what James Earl Jones brought to the table.
Do you know what? I will say this as well. I think James Earl Jones in 20 years' time will be more respected then than he is now. I think people will start to. I think it will come back. Like he's well respected now for being Darth Vader and Mufasa. Mufasa is still the greatest cartoon Disney have done, in my opinion, because I've loved that. I've watched that so many times throughout my life, and I still cry at that point when it happens with the stampede from it. And I feel like, and you know what? He was brilliant. He did the little sketch thing on Big Bang Theory with him and Carrie Fisher going on there, doing the little sketch on there and getting appreciation. And I just think James Earl Jones is just going to be one of the. He's a bit like Morgan Freeman, where those two will be respected forever by the work they put out, the voice work that they both got. Yeah, that and when I saw that was a bit, that did touch the feelings a bit when I saw that.
Yeah, but it does at the same time. The man led a good life. 91, I believe. 91. I mean, 91. That is a good life right there. I mean, a lot of us will only hope to be able to reach that kind of age in our life or beyond. And he did, and he left behind a phenomenal legacy. And I mean, kudos to James Earl Jones, and thank you to him for everything that he ever did for our childhoods, because those were movies we watched growing up many times.
Very much so.
I remember you're talking about the Carrie Fisher part where they egged Carrie Fisher's house. I go back just a little bit further to that initial meeting where Sheldon's just standing there looking at him, idiot as can be. You're one of those Star Wars kids, aren't you? Just nods. I did other things, And he nods again. But you don't care about those, do you? No, because you like Star Wars. It's just such a great scene. He started his career on, believe it or not, he started his career on, what are they called? Soap operas. Guiding Light, As the World Turns in the 1950s.
Wow.
Those were his first two roles.
Yeah.
From that to being a pop culture legend.
Yeah. To a nerd's fantasy as well. Leaving everyone nerds like brain and everything for the rest of their lives. It's just utterly brilliant. Utterly brilliant.
He was Balthazar on a TV miniseries version of Jesus of Nazareth. He played Malcolm X in a movie called The Greatest. And then he did an uncredited role on Star Wars: A New Hope. And it's funny because after he passed on, I saw something, I forget where it was, where they were talking to the people who were on this on the set of the first Star Wars, and there was a guy in the suit doing a voice, and people were laughing because of the fact that he was, I can't remember if he was Scottish, Irish, or English, but it was this British Isles type voice coming out. And they were like, is this really going to be the voice of Darth Vader? Because nobody on set knew that they were having all of those lines dubbed over. They just needed somebody on set to be saying the lines so that people knew what was coming next, so they could continue the, everything going on. And I'm like, that's really interesting. I didn't know that something like that goes all the way back to the 70s.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, it's an amazing career, and I can't say enough great things about the man. Man, very glad that I'm glad you remembered to hop into it. That was good thinking on your part, because I'm pretty tired today. I wouldn't have remembered.
I'll be honest. Last night I was like, I need to go on Bobby's show, but for the life of me, I can't remember a single reason why I'm going on the show.
As soon as you hopped in the background, I'm like, oh yeah, James Earl Jones. I do right
And
away.
by the way, this Mufasa movie is becoming the Beyonce family movie. I don't know if you've noticed that. I'm looking at the cast list here. We've got Aaron Pierre is going to be taking on the massive thing of doing the voice for Mufasa.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Glover is going to continue to be doing the voice of Simba.
Yep.
Beyonce is continuing her role as Nala.
Mm-hmm.
And Blue Ivy Carter is taking on the role of Kira. That would be the daughter of Beyonce in this movie as well.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's nice. But yeah, Mufasa opens in theaters December 20th. We have the first teaser trailer. If you want it, go look it up. It's on YouTube. It's readily available. It's technically a live action movie, but it's photorealistic animation is what they're calling it.
Yeah.
And basically, all it does is it fucks with the numbers, because nobody knows if you put it in the animated category or you put it in the live action category. Which is why everybody who does numbers was so happy when Inside Out did so well this year, because it overtook the first Lion King that they did.
Yeah.
In the same vein, so that we could get rid of that as being the top animated movie.
Imagine
people argued that it wasn't animated.
Imagine that when you write a really good story, people are interested in watching it. Go figure. I'm sorry, Inside Out 2, probably the most well-written movie of the entire summer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I'll go with you on that.
Well written. I'm not saying it had to be the best. Like maybe for one reason or the other, someone might have liked something else. But in terms of like actual writing and cleverness, Inside Out 2 was hands down the best written movie of the whole summer.
I was going to say, I absolutely love that movie. I felt so seen watching that movie. It was fantastic.
Yeah. It grew up with the people who grew up with it. And even though I was an adult when the first one came out and loved it, I still at this point, like, this one even hits better because it deals with more adult type feelings and emotions and stuff like that. So it connected better. Now on digital and Blu-ray, so go get your copy today.
Or just wait a couple weeks and it'll be on Disney Plus.
Yeah, and don't worry, we don't get any compensation from that. So we're giving free plugs here on the show today. But we should, Disney, give us stuff. Give Ed and Andre free access to all the Marvels in the world, and give us cartoon access and whatever. Early access.
Speaking of Marvels, me and Andre will be back with Marvel Talk this week as Agatha is dropping 2 episodes. We're expecting to do our show on Wednesday because of the fact that we're hoping the episodes drop like everything's been dropping. Where when they say it starts Wednesday, it means it starts at 9 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday, which means we can do the show on Wednesday. Because if not, it will have to be pushed to probably Friday.
That's fair. But the calendar says Wednesday for now, so anticipate Wednesday. But if not, we'll make a big
We'll
announcement.
let you know on the socials if anything changes.
Fun fact, if you're in the UK or over, Inside Out 2 comes to Disney Plus on the 25th of September.
Okay, so it'll be right in that vein.
I'm assuming
probably
it'll be the
here.
same. I'm assuming it'll be a worldwide drop on December.
Also, can we quickly go back up? There's a question that Andre put in about the games he should watch.
Well, obviously, there's only one option there, and it's the Seattle versus New England game.
No, not at all. That's the least game that you need
This
to
one?
watch. It's the 49ers versus the Vikings. Vikings pushed Kansas City to the end, and that would be the game that I would sort of say for you to go and watch.
And Andre saying, "Ooh, Friday would be in Marvel Talk and Japanese Wrestling Update." Then Andre would be doing double duty on channel. So, Ed, do you want to stick around while we read out our NFL results from last week and move on to the second week of NFL stuff? Certainly. The least game. Mark is on that stuff again.
No one really gives a shit about New England.
All right, Mark, I've got written down what everybody predicted last week. I'm going to bring up a file to put the points into, and then we will start a new page for.
Let's go for it. Let's see how many
week.
points we will get.
I'm gonna read out the game. You tell me what the result is, and I'll let you know who scored. SDG saying, "I want nothing more for Seattle. They'll beat New England," and I laughed. Ed Tuesday.
I mean, I'm expecting to lose, so it's fine.
Seattle's his team, so
we've already won more games than I thought we might win all season. So
yeah. All right, Mark, from last week, the Vikings versus the Giants. Who was the winner?
God, you've got them all over the place.
I'm just reading them the way you read them last week.
I know. The Vikings won 28-6.
All right. That means that the viewers and Mark got a point. Bobby gets 0.
FCG got a point with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, I've got the Panthers versus the Saints.
My God, this is all changed on my screen, I tell you. Oh, Saints won 47-10. So New Orleans Saints won that game.
Fucking Saints.
For so many reasons, fuck the Saints.
That's the exact same reason I alluded to last week and why I didn't pick them, Ed.
Yeah.
All right, going to the Jaguars and the Dolphins.
Miami Dolphins won 2017.
Okay.
Thank fuck. It was a horrible start. Horrible.
Man, I knew it would go this way. I am like 0 for 3 so far on these damn games. Love it. I'm gonna end up with a nice bucket over my head in fucking February. It's gonna be delicious. Houston versus the Colts.
29-27 Houston Texans.
Oh, Bobby's on the board, and STG pulls into the lead. Actually,
Did I get that one wrong?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I said Colts, didn't I?
You sure did. All right. Steelers and the Falcons.
So we have got. We don't care what the red side say. There we go. 18-10 to the Steelers, and it should have been so much more.
Damn. All right. That was you and I got that one.
Did STG get that one wrong?
Yes, he did. All right. We got Titans and the Bears.
Chicago Bears won 24-17.
Oh, Mark pulls the point and pulls into the fucking lead here.
I knew I got that one right. When I was watching the game and they had like that three interceptions on the Titans to get touchdowns, I was like, yes, thank you. He did. He won it. He may not have thrown a touchdown, but he won the game, so it doesn't matter.
All right. Where did we leave off here? Cardinals and the Bills.
Cardinals should have won that, but they didn't. They lost 34-18. Buffalo Bills won.
All right. We all got a point there.
Yeah, but he still won the game. Doesn't matter who won it. They won it.
Patriots and the Bengals.
Patriots.
Now, this is the biggest shock of the week by a mile. Patriots won. I do not know how.
Because the Cincinnati Bengals shit themselves.
Yeah, they really did. They really did. it doesn't help that their number one wide receiver just hasn't practiced the whole way through training camp because he wants a new contract, and then decides to turn up and catches in the end zone and misses a catch in the end zone as well. It was just so no. Did anyone get that right?
No, we all got it wrong. No
I
points.
thought we would.
No points. All right. We got Raiders versus the Chargers.
Chargers won 22-10. So
All
the
right.
Chargers won that.
That puts us
Jim Harbaugh getting his first win returning in the NFL after guiding Michigan to the college championship. I think that's what it's called. I'm going with it.
Cowboys and the Browns.
No, this was so annoying. Cowboys won.
Beauty.
It's fine. They'll blow it come the playoffs.
They really will.
All right. The LA Rams and the Lions.
That was a good game, but Detroit Lions won it in the end, 26-20.
All right.
Who got the points for that?
You and SDG.
Yes.
Jets and the 49ers.
I'm very happy to announce the 49ers won.
All right. All got a
Fuck
point
the
on that
Jets.
one.
That's my thinking on that.
Okay. And
Oh, now we've got one game left. We don't need to talk about this game.
how'd that Bills and Dolphins game go, Mark?
Yeah, we don't need to talk about
Well, at least Ella J and Jose on the air are happy about that one.
I mean, I'm okay with it, seeing as I wasn't the one who picked the Dolphins.
Yes, I picked the Dolphins.
I don't know why anybody would pick the Dolphins.
I will always pick the Dolphins. Right, Bobby, did you get the Commanders and? Oh no, did you write that down?
Commanders and Buccaneers? No, I don't think
Yeah.
I had that one. Oh, yeah, hold on. No, Commanders and Buccaneers. We all picked Buccaneers. Who won that one?
Yeah, we all got that right.
We all got that right? Okay, so one more point to everybody. Good call.
And the Steelers versus Seattle, no, Broncos versus Seattle. Did we pick that one as well? I think we did.
Yeah, we all went Seattle on that one.
Yeah,
we did do that one.
Seattle won that game as well, so that's
Let me just make sure I got one. Yeah. So one more point to each.
perfect.
So after our first week of doing this, we have got STG and Mark both tied on 10 points, and I've got 7. So,
Okay, but
I get
so what we'll do this week, we'll do the same thing as what we did last time, but Ed is going to be on your team this time. Ed will help you with the results.
Ed's going to help me pick. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
okay. Ed, I need your help.
All right. I haven't paid attention to the NFL since the pandemic, but sure, I can do this.
You know what, Ed? That's still better than me. I'll take it.
Right, so the first game.
Andre wants to play this week. Done deal.
Andre, you could be with the fans.
Yeah. So Andre's on STG's team there.
Yeah, I'm on my own.
That's still better than Bobby. Yeah. And it really is. It really is. All right.
So
Okay. What's the first game we're going with here, Mark?
So the first game we're going to go with is the Los Angeles Chargers versus Carolina Panthers.
Okay. Andre and STG, what are the viewers picking? Ed,
I'll go
what are we
first
picking?
with
Can
this
we
because
take
I
the
could.
point spread in on this or no?
No, but this should be a very easy win for the Chargers.
Yeah, probably the Chargers. I would take them. They have the 32nd rushing in last week's game, so
Yeah,
offense is pathetic.
I
Yeah, I'm
think-
good Chargers.
I think this is kind of an across the board by the looks of it, Chargers for everybody situation. So easy enough. Moving on from there.
So the next game is Seattle are at New England Patriots.
Okay, well, I have a feeling I know some directions this one's going to go in. Andre, I think you're going to have to pick Seattle because that's the only way that it's going to go for STG.
Yeah.
I think we should pick the Patriots.
I'm going to, you know what? I should have picked them last week, so I'm picking them this week too. I'm going to agree with you, Ed. What are we going with, Mark?
I've just seen here Seattle for me, but they suck on the road. Do I back the Patriots, even though I can't stand? No, fuck it. I'm going Seattle.
None in there.
No, I can't go for Patriots. I'll go with Seattle.
You're going with Seattle. All right.
Yeah.
Hope I get the point on that one. All right. Next game.
All right, Bobby.
Next game, we've got Indianapolis Colts. They are at the Green Bay Packers.
Colts versus the Packers.
Now, I'm stuck with this one. I am stuck on this one.
Okay. SDG saying Colts. Andre, you're they're unanimous over there. No
I
arguments.
think
Colts
Packers
for the
win
viewers.
this one. I'll be honest with you. Packers look better. I think Packers win.
Packers haven't got Jordan Love as their quarterback. He's out for the next few weeks. I'm going with the Colts.
Okay.
Bobby, that's up to you then. I don't know. I was doing all of this with Jordan Love in the mix, but I mean they're in Lambeau.
I'm gonna say, you know what? Like, I like to have
Bobby,
fun with
we
this.
got to make some bold picks to get these points back.
That's right. That's what I mean. Like, I can't just follow the viewers and Mark here and win this thing. I got to take some risks. So
Yeah.
Packers it is.
There we go. There we go. What's up next?
We've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are at the Detroit Lions. I will pick this off first. I'm going Detroit Lions.
Yeah, Detroit Lions.
Hold on. SDG's coming in with something here.
Yeah, I see it.
There we go.
If the Packers win. All right. Hold on. Oh, I'll stop clicking.
All right,
Go ahead, Ed.
Okay.
Packers win. I'll donate a sub next week. It's right there. It's right there.
Why do I now want to make a change to my pick because of that? No, I don't think so. I'm going Lions.
And Andre picked Lions first, and I think STG is gonna allow that to slide. He's gonna let Andre be the boss on this one. You're going Lions, Mark?
Yeah, I'm going Lions.
Ed, we're picking Lions.
I think so.
All right.
Lions are for real.
Okay. Got to still pick up the points on the ones that are kind of low hanging fruit here too to keep in the race.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
The Lions are for real, man. It's hard to pick against that.
All right. Okay, Mark, what do we got up next?
New Orleans Saints are at the Dallas Cowboys.
I don't even care. I know who I'm picking.
Bobby, let's pick that. For the same reason that we're both not going to say, and we're just going to telepathically think, we're going to pick with Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you know what? I want to be a dick. Oh, what's STG going for?
Andre said STG. Hart says Saints. Logic says Cowboys. Andre,
Yeah.
you picked and Andre told us
Neither one of them wants to pull the trigger here.
they're both passing to each other. This will be interesting.
Yeah.
It's like a little handoff. You get it. No, you get it. Come on.
All right. I'll while they decide, I'm going to go for the Cowboys.
All right. STG has picked the Cowboys.
Oh,
All right.
so you've gone Cowboys. He's gone Cowboys. I'm going to go for Saints then.
Boo.
STG also says that he now feels gross having picked the
Yeah, that's why I then refused and just didn't want to do it. I'll go with the Saints.
All
I
right.
don't mind picking the Cowboys in the regular season. They're going to blow it in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
Have you not seen this team choke in the playoffs? It's a work of art. I'm telling you.
It needs to be studied. It needs
It
to be
does
studied.
need to be studied.
It really
And
does.
this is and talking about a team choking. This is coming from a Red Sox fan. Like we had an 81-year history of choking in the playoffs.
Yes,
Dallas truck is what I look forward to yearly.
very much so. Next game, we've got New York Jets. They are at the Tennessee Titans.
Jets versus the Titans. All
Do
right.
I pick Aaron Rodgers or do I go for the team that fumbled the lead against the Bears?
I can't
In the
pick the
first
Jets, Bobby. I can't pick the Jets.
That's
I'm
No,
fine.
I don't
I'm
think I
perfect
can
going with the
pick the Jets
Titans.
I don't think I can go for Jets either, so I think I'm going Titans.
All right. SDG is down with the Jets. Might be a lone soul there. Andre, are you gonna allow that? I have to go with Aaron Rodgers, because Rodgers bouncing back and that defense is great. All right.
Right, next up, we've got the Giants are at the Washington Commanders.
Commanders.
All right. I'll take them.
Commanders got destroyed.
Daniel Jones is the absolute worst quarterback I think.
Oh my God! Y'all Commanders. I'm going Commanders. Yeah, I forgot about Daniel Jones.
I said anything.
Yeah, Commanders. Daniel Jones is quarterback and he's starting, so I'm going Commanders.
Yeah, Daniel Jones is the New York Giants quarterback.
Yeah.
SDG conceding to Andre on this one. Wow, this is the worst game of the week. I feel like the Commanders are the pick, though.
Yeah,
this is so bad. All right, okay, so we'll go with Andre saying Commanders on the behalf of the viewers. Then,
yeah. Next up,
that's the pick. SDG just wants it done. Just get it over with. Pull the Band-Aid. Commanders, it is. Fuck off and move on. All right, okay. What do we got next?
So the next one is I think this could be game of the week. I think 49ers are at the Minnesota Vikings.
Bobby, you can pick this one. I don't think there's no easy choice here.
No, this is not a choice.
I'm gonna concede to Mark and the viewers first.
Okay. I know who I'd pick, but I'm fine letting you pick.
I'm gonna go 49ers.
Mark's going 49ers.
Is that a bad choice? No, I think I'm right with that one.
Looks like STG's saying 49ers if Andre's on board with that. Andre, you on board with STG's pick of the 49ers? We'll find out. We'll find out shortly. I'm guessing it's probably going to go that way. Andre saying, ooh, the 49ers are a heck of a good team. So
no, yeah.
I think they're kind of in agreement here. So I'm going to put 49ers down for the viewers. And look at this. This is where I got to swing for the fences. I'm going Vikings because I got to make up points somewhere, hopefully.
I'll be honest,
I conceded to you guys.
But I do agree that we need to swing for the fences and get a couple of points in.
Yeah. Well, and when you guys are saying it could be game of the week and it could be tight, I'm like, it's not like I'm swinging with a 100 to 1 odds of winning or something like that. It sounds like it's a little better than that.
It's very close. It's a very close.
It's very close.
Yeah. I like that pick, Bobby. For my heart, I hope the 49ers lose. I mean, for my heart and the fact that I'm probably going to be the one in the middle of Saskatchewan, Canada, dumping a goddamn ice bucket on his head in February, I hope that I pick up a point here myself.
Next up, we've got the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Baltimore Ravens.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
All right.
This
the
one.
Ravens are indeed for real.
Oh,
scary for real.
Yeah.
Ravens is what STG is saying. Andre, before that, saying I'll be switching between 49ers versus the Vikings and the Bucks versus the Lions game. Nice. But yeah. Andre, you on board with the Ravens for the viewers?
Yeah, I'm going with Ravens.
Ravens. Mark goes Ravens.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson's, and I want to pick the Ravens same solely as I have Jackson.
Andre saying I want to pick the Ravens. Yeah, perfect. Okay, Ed, are we in agreement with that one? So, should we? Okay, all right. Let's take the point when we can.
All right, next up, we got the LA Rams at the Arizona Cardinals. This one's hard.
This is another one of those close ones.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at the scores from last week to see. So, Rams just about lost to Detroit. I don't know.
SDG is saying this is an extremely tough game. Rams don't have a good line, but have Matthew Stafford. Cardinals bottom 5 defense. And
Cardinals should have won that last week.
Rams, Andre.
They both lost last
Yeah,
week.
and I would say Cardinals should have won that game against the Bills. They were so far ahead, and they just let it go. They just did not. Carl just did not get it going.
By the way, to make it better, the win probability for the Caesars Sportsbook on the NFL.com website has this 49-51.
Oh, for the love of God.
It looks like viewers have gone with the Rams on this one.
I'd probably lean Rams over Cardinals, but that's just because they're the better offensive team.
Mark, your thoughts?
I have no. Oh, Cardinals. I'm going with Cardinals.
Cardinals?
Yeah. If they can play the way that they did in the first half, that they did against the Bills, and can do it throughout, I think it would be too much for the Rams. But at the same time, I have no clue.
And I'm going to take Ed's advice and go with the Rams on this one. Mark Agony, like Man U winning. Just boo, STG, boo. Enough of the Man U bashing. They won 3-0 this week, so I get to sit here and smile for a change.
Yeah,
Leicester City versus Crystal Palace on my TV right now, too.
Ooh. Leicester and Crystal Palace.
USA Game of the Week.
Right.
Of all the games in the Premier League, that's the one they said is the game of the week, yeah?
Oh.
You should have seen the game last night between Chelsea and Bournemouth. It was the most yellow-carded game in the history of the Premier League.
This is the Sunday game that's apparently happening now, so we're going to show it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next up, we have got the Pittsburgh Steelers are at the Denver Broncos. I will go straight away to this, and I will go Steelers.
Mark going Steelers.
I think I like Denver in that one.
SD. Oh, we have a difference of opinion from the audience here.
Well, Andre says Lions.
No, Andre's telling.
He says, okay.
SCG, his team.
Oh, sorry. You say, okay, I get you. It's totally
The
unrelated.
Lions aren't in this game, so I don't think.
Yeah. I looked at my screen. I'm like, am I missing something? But no. Okay. Andre, are you in agreement with this selection here?
The Steelers are the much better defensive team, Bobby.
Yeah. They absolutely annihilated the Falcons on defense. TJ Watt was on an absolute tear against the Falcons last week, and a healthy TJ Watt is scary enough as it is.
All right, so we're saying viewers are going Steelers. Seems like this one is one of those I could swing for the fences, but I think I'm going to stick with trying to get a point, so I'll go Steelers as well too.
Next up, we have got the Cincinnati Bengals against arch rivals Kansas City Chiefs.
Bengals and the Chiefs. All right.
Yeah.
Now, Bobby.
Yes.
I have to work with Astrid on a weekly basis. Taylor Swift.
I'm going Kansas City.
Plays for Kansas City. I don't know if I'll survive the week if I pick against them.
All right, we'll pick Travis Kelce. We'll pick Travis Kelce's team of the Chiefs then.
No, Travis. We're taking Taylor Swift's boyfriend.
Yeah.
But with this game between Cincinnati Bengals and the Chiefs, because of the playoff runs and everything that happens, there is bad blood between them.
Well, yes, it doesn't help if Cincinnati's a mess.
No. But also, I just wanted to really use a Taylor Swift song name in what I wanted to say just then. I love you, Taylor. Anyway, carry on.
Andre says he wants to pick the Bengals. STG wants Kansas City, though. Ooh.
Oh, we got disagreement here.
Oh, we do. But Andre's saying KC is the pick, though. Okay, so he's going. So I think we're just Chiefs across the board then, by the sounds of it. Okay.
We've got the next up. We've got the Chicago Bears are at the Houston Texans.
Sunday night game of the week.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Now, Bobby.
Yes, sir.
The Chicago Bears are the most oxymoron team in the NFL.
Yes.
Okay.
They have the 32nd best offense, which is last. And they have the 8th best defense. On the other side, we have a team that's slightly more balanced, with the 4th best offense and the 15th best defense. I think
I'm going to go. I'm going Texans.
So we got viewers Texans, Mark Texans. I'm so tempted to just go with the Bears just for the hell of going with the Bears and trying to steal a weird point out of this one. I'm probably going to lose this damn thing anyway, so fuck it. We're going with the Bears just because I can.
Yeah, go for it. We've got 2 games left because we've got the Friday night game next week, and because we don't come on till Sunday, we're also going to be...
You mean Thursday?
Oh, it's Friday for me.
Damn it,
Thursday for you lot.
Right.
Literally, yeah, it's Thursday for you lot, Friday for me. We will be adding that in like we've done the previous week as well. So the second to last game, we've got Atlanta Falcons are at the Philadelphia Eagles for the Monday night football. For you lot, this one's pretty easy. I'm going Eagles.
Mark is an Eagles guy. All right. Wants to fly like an eagle. Let his spirit run free.
Can I? Who sung that song, by the way?
Which song?
Fly like an eagle to the sea, fly away. Is that the? That's not who I think sung that. It's not. Carry on. So
Not
about
him.
no. All right. Yeah. No. I thought that's who it was, but then I realised it's not. I don't think.
It's Seal.
Isn't it?
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, it's Seal. Yeah.
But he wasn't the original. That was the actual cover of that song.
It's a Steve Miller Band.
It's a Steve Miller Band song.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Cool. Perfect. So are we all going Eagles then?
Unless Bobby wants to really go out on a limb.
I don't know if I want to go that far out on the limb.
For the sake of you, do not pick the Falcons.
I mean, if the limb looks like it's cracked in half and about to fall, I might go no thanks. So we'll go Eagles.
So the last game that we've got will be the Thursday night football, and it's between the New England Patriots and the New York Jets.
Bobby, again.
I know.
Doesn't matter that it's the Patriots. I have a rule.
I'm okay with that rule. I will take New England.
I'm going to go with New England.
Mark's Patriots. All right, viewers. Andre's kind of rooting for the Jets here.
Both STG and the Jets.
Oh, okay. They're in cahoots or Jets for both. So, all right, we have our tally.
And before we go too far on, I just want to bring this up because it's something that people might forget as we go forward. In week 5, we have the first of our fun time games where we get to actually talk about. Yeah, we hate you too, Andre. Don't worry. We get to talk about a game live on the air because in week 5 we have our first London game.
Oh,
do you?
The Vikings and the Jets at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, good then.
And
should we do a watch along?
It's during point of view, sure.
I mean, we're not going to do the whole game because the game starts.
Yeah, that would be a while.
7:00 Bobby's time, and I'm not sure he wants to do that.
7 a.m. that day.
It would be 7 or 7:30 because it's 9:30 Eastern.
I mean,
so at least
I'm awake. I'm awake. Like I wake up early, despite like being up late and getting home late and feeling like I was in a train wreck. I've been up since 6:30 this morning.
I mean that's fine. I was gonna say, when's the next PPW show? Because that's October 6th.
October 26th is the next PPW show, so I've got a little leeway here. So,
all right, there is no Sunday game that week, so at least we can do that.
Yeah. No, I'd be down for that. I mean, again, it's something fun. I like doing different on a Sunday, not always having to focus on,
And then we have November 10th. We have the Panthers and the Giants in week 10. That's another London game.
So let me ask you guys this. Like, I saw this pop up because I don't follow, so I don't really know. But Netflix has gone ahead and they're broadcasting 2 games on Christmas Day. Like, are these are live games that are taking place Christmas Day? That's such a fucking great idea. Like, because I know when we saw that pop up, and I know my wife asked the question, like, who would watch on Christmas Day? I'm like, every football fan that ever existed. I'm like, once they do the present opening and all that kind of stuff, all they want to do is drink, eat, and watch something that isn't a Christmas movie. And live football on Christmas Day, it'll be like Thanksgiving in the US. People sit there and get together, watch football, and eat food.
We have
and
three
drink
games.
food.
We have 3 games now on Christmas, it used to be specifically just the Cowboys and the Lions, and they used to always have a game at home for both Detroit and for Dallas on those weeks. But they've now added a third night game, so now you start at 12:30 and you go through the entire Thanksgiving holiday with football.
It's like the tradition over here. We call it Boxing Day, which is about the day after Christmas Day. We have it called Boxing Day, and that we call that's football day over here. When every single team in every single league will be playing. It starts, I think it's about 12 o'clock. It doesn't finish till about 10 o'clock at night. So nearly just under 11 hours of just. We go out, like we've got a home game that day. So we will be instead of going out and going around to different family members. I don't do that anyway. My wife does. Different family members on her side. I will be going to the football with my daughter to watch that. So I love Boxing Day over here. Love it.
There are 4 days of football that week too for Christmas week, because you have the 2 games that Netflix picked up for the Wednesday game, which is the shortest week in NFL history. And then you have the Thursday night game. Then you have all the Sunday slate. And then you have the Monday night game.
Yeah, Thanksgiving is always reserved for the Lions and the Cowboys, isn't it?
And then now there's a rotating third game that happens.
Yeah. I think it was the Commanders last year. I can't remember. Yeah. But I remember there's always that thing where if you win, you go over to the presenter and you eat a turkey leg. I think that's the thing as well that they do.
Yeah, at the Lions game, they have a turkey that they used to present to the winning team.
Yeah. But yeah, we don't have Thanksgiving over here. So.
Well, that's because, you guys.
We gave it to you just because we just had too many other countries.
We left you to be thankful for having our own country, which unfortunately had.
And we just
let you have
decided
it back because we had so many other countries. That's why.
And we just do it on a completely different day.
Yeah. What's with that?
It's okay. So there is history.
What do you have to be thankful for? You're Canadian.
We're thankful that we're not tied up in some other country bullshit sometimes. Except for we've got enough of that. We got enough of that of our own now. But
bullshit going on in your own country, don't you?
Yeah, we got enough of that happening right now. It's ridiculous. It used to be the case anyway, but no, I mean Canadian Thanksgiving's actually got its own set of history and stuff like that too. It's completely different to the whole story of Thanksgiving that you guys are used to or have heard, but yeah, it's basically it's held on the second Monday in October, and referred to as Canadian Thanksgiving to differentiate, obviously, for everybody. And it's more to do with the harvest and everything each year. So it's based on that. It's a harvest-based thing as opposed to the meal with the pilgrims and stuff like that. So.
Because we have the Harvest Festival over here.
That it's probably very similar to that because remember Canada was a British colony before declaring our independence. So a lot of the stuff that we picked up is based on the things that happen in England. So although I mean you guys just still were stuck with Guy Fawkes Day instead of having Halloween for the longest time, but
we still don't have Halloween.
You still don't do Halloween? Okay.
No.
Fair.
So over here,
talk about that with Ella J. Watch the Ella J episode from last night.
Yeah, we said that with Ella J yesterday. Halloween is for kids and that's it. And we've currently got Christmas stuff being put up in shops.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, these people need to understand. Like, it's people like Ella J too, and I'm not picking on her, but I'm going to pick on her because she's the one who said it. You follow the holiday schedule. If there's another holiday in between what you're doing and what you like, a celebrating holiday, like we don't celebrate, Columbus Day in October, so you can skip that. But until you get to another holiday that you celebrate, you don't start celebrating the new one. So LJ's mom trying to put up Christmas trees at the end of October, beginning of November. No. You have to get through Thanksgiving before the Christmas stuff goes up.
Over here, people put their Christmas decorations up. I think there was one person who put.
Well, yeah,
their
you
Christmas
guys are allowed to
decorations
do it
up.
then because you guys don't have a Thanksgiving in November to have to celebrate.
No, but we have Halloween.
But you do, but you don't.
No, we could give a absolute crap about it.
Technically,
I
here,
think it's more-
You can at least celebrate Dia de los Muertos.
So we don't celebrate. More people don't. These kids are celebrated because, and more people don't celebrate Valentine's either over here because it's more of an American thing, and the people over here just refuse to do it because of that. But at the same time, I said this with my wife, and we agree on it. Was if you need one day out of the year to tell someone you love them, then what's the point in doing it? So
yeah.
we don't do
And
Valentine's. It's stupid.
we, in general, like we semi-celebrate holidays. We don't follow it to a T or anything like that, but it's like just in the terms of just getting together with good people and having a nice time is more so like we have no reason to go all out or all in on any of these things. Yes, pun intended. Pun intended.
Why would you want to go all out or all in? Jeez, Bobby.
That's what I'm saying. We don't. So that's why we don't go all out or all in on these holidays. So. I have two nieces. All of my holidays revolve around them. Yeah, I mean that's going to be it for us this year too. We got a niece and a nephew that are probably going to get spoiled, and outside of that, it is what it is. It's a day off from work to drink and eat food. Not that I really need an excuse for either one of those things, but
And by the way, while we're talking about holidays and months and things like that, in September, remember that it is Suicide Prevention Month.
Yes.
Check on yourself for your own mental health. Check on other people, especially those you haven't heard from in a while. Reach out to some of those people that you love and care about that you haven't heard in a little while. Go ahead and reach out to them. Make sure that they're doing okay. Because, like I said, you should do that all the time, but especially right now during Suicide Prevention Month. It's not the people that you hear from every day that you might need to really worry about. A lot of times it's those people that start to fall off the map just a little bit that need that extra TLC. So go ahead and talk to somebody you haven't talked to in a while. And more importantly, tell everybody that in your life that you love them. Except for Mark, of course. We don't tell Mark that we love him.
We just call him a knob.
Oh, still the greatest clip ever. Still the greatest clip ever.
You're teaching everybody about our swearing, Mark.
I know. We've got to find new ones now.
Yeah, that's right.
We've got to find some new ones.
All right, gentlemen. I think we're probably going to call our time here on the show for today. I think we've covered everything that we need to essentially covered. So I would call that a really good day. But with that said, Ed, why don't you tell people what you got going on, where they can find you?
You can find me on the Twitch at twitch.tv/edfries2002. You can find me on Twitter at edfries12584. Maybe. Sunday mornings are sometimes hard. It's a coin flip of whether or not I have my daughter on Sunday, which is why I'm not typically on the Sunday show, but I can try. But this week you can find me and Ash will be back Tuesday night. We're going to be talking all things NXT as we dart towards that CW debut where I'm going to be doing a watch along. Apparently I wasn't supposed to advertise this until we finalize the fact that we're actually doing a watch along. So I'm going to be doing a watch along either way. But we're going to have some fun with that one. It's going to be a really good time. There will be no post show on the October 1st debut show. So anybody who watches Taking Over, there will be no Taking Over after the fact. It will not be a post show. We'll do a wrap up at the end of the show talking about the things that happened, but no post show. Yes, no post show. But we got CM Punk coming this week to tell us what he's going to do for the debut show coming up on October 1st, which he'll be on as well. I think he's going to be a special guest referee, I would imagine, for Roxanne versus Julia would be my guest. My guest, not my guest. For that, you can also catch me, like I said, tentatively, we think it's going to be Wednesday night. As soon as we can get it out, we're going to get out the reviews for the first two episodes of Agatha All Along. And then we'll be having weekly episodes, whether it be me and Andre, whether it be me and a guest, whether it be Andre and a guest. There will be some rotation on this one because it's going to be a little harder to do week in, week out. But this show requires a week in, week out basis. And everybody who's seen the screeners is talking about this third episode and a big name drop during episode 3. So looking forward to the third episode coming in 2 weeks' time.
Perfect.
That's it.
Yeah. All right, Mark, your turn to have the floor there, sir. What do you got?
Yeah, no. So tonight is the start to the end of the series of WWE 2K24 Series 2. The WrestleMania card is booked, and it starts with the pre-show tonight. I will tell you in advance, I will not spoil it, that I get very angry during their show. But make sure you check it out, because I tell you what, it's some of the best wrestling matches that we have produced is coming for WrestleMania. So make sure you're there for that. Mark Talks Football, we're currently coming to the start, nearing the middle of the season for Tottenham Hotspur save of the Unemployed to GOAT Challenge, trying to win all the trophies as much as we can around the world. And then also on Mark Talks Gaming, we have got GTA 5 and Formula 1 Manager 24. So make sure you go and check it out, because my anger levels for Formula 1 rises week by week because of the shit car I have made. So yes, make sure you go and check it out.
Perfect. As for myself, there's the credentials down below. That's where you're going to be able to reach out to me. You can always catch me every Saturday, PPW YouTube with Papa Smoke, calling all the action. This Thursday night, Papa Smokes and I will give you an update not only on the condition of Uncle Phil Deadly after last night's program, but we are going to run down and break down everything that happened at PPW's Revengicide and what we can expect from PPW's Ring of Horrors 3, our biggest show of the year, coming up at the end of October. Aside from that, I've got Point of View next Sunday right here on the channel. And of course, check out everything to do with OLE Podcast. OLE Podcast, where we are broadcasting, whether you're watching live or on replay. Go ahead and click subscribe, turn on the notification bell, leave us a comment, and give us a thumbs up as well, too. We are now well over 600 subscribers, and we want to keep that number going. So please help us spread the word as OLE rises. And we got great contributors coming up with a lot of great stuff. Watch out for that throughout the week here. But that's going to be it for us on Point of View. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next Sunday.